This is just picture day. Should be
hmm
happy. But if you look really close,
I see it. What was he scared of?
oh, failure meant death.
In my world, you're either a creator or you're a victim of circumstance. We can sell people what they want, and then we can actually deliver what we know they need.
That's really cool.
The hardest addiction to break is the addiction to suffering. What if it's not you doing the work?
What if it's not me doing the work?
You commit to showing up and giving your best, but it's not really you doing the work. It's God doing the work through you. You're just a vessel.
I'm not worried about messing up. I think I'm really worried about it working out. And I don't really want life to be good.
I talk about what I call the big pill, which is the moment you realize that you've been keeping yourself miserable to prove a point of how you were a victim. And
Yeah.
the moment you stop that, you have to own that you fucking did this to yourself for like however many years it is. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the podcast. I'm here with Ricky Scruggs, and we'll see where this conversation goes. Ricky, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about your business and tell us, I want to understand what you do, where you're at currently, where you want to be so that we can close that gap.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Yeah. So I do individual coaching one-on-one to a myriad of people, but it's basically people who um, feel there's a gap between their performance, how well they're bringing, how they're showing up versus how well they think they show up. And some people identify it as needing relationship coaching. Some people are like, I want business coaching. Some people are athletes and they want, but for me, I know that it all comes down to their identity and seeing
hmm
themselves in the right light, in
hmm
light of their faith, and then understanding some things that I think are misunderstood as we're
hmm
growing up in the church and as we're growing up in just life
hmm
about what's okay and what's not okay, in biblically, I guess. And so I sort of help people have permission to be all they think they're supposed to be,
hmm hmm
and they don't know that they didn't have permission. So it's a
Right.
little bit really, it's really difficult to market and advertise something that people don't know is their problem.
Yeah.
So that's been a real challenge for me is, do I put this thing
Okay.
in a shell of peak performance or a shell of, relationship coaching or what is because
I'll
what's
have to.
really happening is I help them figure out who they are and remove their misconceptions about God's idea of what they should be
Yeah.
and
All right.
stuff like
Perfect.
that.
I'm tracking. So curious, what got you into that business? Mhm.
I was a professional baseball player, and then I was a bit of a success in sales
Mm.
in the car business, and wasn't fulfilled. Didn't feel good about that, but I did fit in it like a glove. I did really really well in that, and so at one point I quit a $150,000 job, and I decided to open the first indoor baseball academy here at Tucson, Arizona. And I didn't go small. I did a 18,000 square foot building. I put my own money into it, kind of risked everything for this business. And it turned out to be a wonderful thing. Through that, I met some phenomenal people who
hmm
helped open my eyes. And one guy came down and helped me with the academy who I played pro baseball with, a guy named Jim Murphy. And in the car business, I had learned all these principles sort of they would send me off to these expensive seminars, and I learned, your basics of personal development and
hmm
things that I didn't know when I was playing baseball. And so I
hmm
started teaching these things actually to little kids. And it was the same thing I'm teaching now, identity based sort of understanding your thermometer that keeps you where you are and all that stuff.
hmm
And I mean, I'm talking like your audience probably knows a little bit about personal development. But anyway, and
hmm
so the guy who came down, Jim Murphy, we went in separate directions because I got sort of had a really powerful salvation experience or born again experience, if you will, right after opening the business, and so I changed direction. I made the business really about what we offer to people internally, even kids and families and all that stuff, and so it became a very mission driven business. And I went on to go into the ministry and the other guy who started a mental skills sort of for athletes. But
Hmm.
I was what I like to think was I was coaching him. We were coaching each other, and we stayed really in touch. I mean, a lot. And
Hmm.
he wrote a book called Inner Excellence, and he influenced me greatly. I'll just say that.
Hmm.
He would call me and with these top golfers in the world and share the challenges and the situations, and I would share with him my insights. I was always a little bit more on the biblical side, and he was in the peak performance, very good mental skills, and he convinced me to go and learn NLP, which is neurolinguistic programming. So I went and got certified in NLP. All of this to me was to help me minister and counsel in that. And as I moved up in the ministry and got higher up, I realized that was also, I thought I was leaving the corporate world and all the different stuff, but it was really quite similar as far as the
Hmm.
different problems and stuff like that. And so ended up
Yeah.
leaving the ministry. And when I did, while I was in the ministry, I had one of my kids call me. The parent said he's struggling in college. He sort of lost his scholarship and losing his confidence. And can you work with him? And I'm like, yeah. They insisted on paying me because she's like, I know if I pay you, I know you'll give it the time that. And so she insisted on paying me. And the kid
Hmm.
became, he walked on at a Division I school, became an All-American, led the nation, and all
Wow.
this stuff. And so, using the principles I learned from my buddy Jim,
Hmm.
and helping him write his book and just I realized when I got out of the ministry, I'm like, well, what else would I do? I already helped him
Hmm.
with his sales
Hmm.
process and with his business, and so I had already seen the path to that, and so that's what I went into, and it's
Hmm.
been good.
When did you start that?
About 5 years, I'd say,
Hmm.
2020, 2022, probably 2022 seriously, but I started coaching with him while I was still in 2016,
Hmm.
2017. I started writing a
Right.
book back then, and I you never
Hmm.
finished it until now, till recently, and yeah, stuff like that.
Cool.
I've never been a really driven person when it comes to,
There's the
well, I'm
fly.
learning more about myself all
Yeah.
the time.
So what's the title of the book?
What's that?
What's the title of the book?
The Champion Within, Overcoming
Mhm.
Approval Addiction and Competing with Greatness.
Okay. Approval addiction. Yes. So that sounds like that was your path. Approval addiction.
Yeah, that was what it was, and I haven't like studied that term. That's the term I labeled it with.
Yeah, that makes
In
sense.
the
I
book,
get
there's
it.
a line that says, "Pride was my drug, and
Hmm.
approval was my dealer," or "Approval was my drug, and pride was my dealer." I can't remember which.
All right.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Yeah. I think a lot of people can relate. So, okay. So, where are you at in your business and where do you want to be?
Um, I am, to be very transparent, I'm very stuck right now.
Hmm.
I was really successful. I had some $15,000 months before I finished the book, and I was doing some leadership training. I was doing a lot of different things, and I was really yeah, I don't know. And so then I really focused on the book for about 6 months and didn't really try any growth. And then it kind of shrank a little bit. And oddly, as I get more and more sure, because the book really made me more sure about what it is I do. And you're supposed to niche down and you're supposed to be very clear about that. But the clearer I've gotten on it, the less I've been able to just sort of sell people
Hmm.
and grow my business. And so, I'm at a point now where, of course, I want to scale and I want to do group coaching
Hmm.
but I don't know
Hmm.
if I'm that personality that would have a community and have all these things going. Um,
Hmm.
in
Why do you say that?
certain genres are I'm like a fish in water, but it doesn't feel really authentic. Yeah, so it's just I'm kind of like in a spot right now,
Hmm.
trying to figure
What?
out what to do.
So the group thing, if you're that kind of person, like what is it? What kind of person is that? What make and what is
I
it?
think what holds me up is a really limiting belief around not wanting to let people down or being able to come through, and so
Hmm.
I have trouble making commitments. I'm gonna get this fly. I'm telling you what. That's
I
good.
know that feeling, man.
She's really upsetting me. Um, anyway, so yeah, I think
It's your
I've
meditation teacher,
yeah, I
the
guess
fly.
yeah,
Yeah.
this guy needs to go. Um, never have a fly in here, and I've got a podcast going on, and he just decides. So anyway, I've analyzed it to death which is one of my tendencies. And I
Hmm.
have kind of figured out that it's a fear of committing to something that is unknown to me as to the
Hmm.
delivery of it. I know one on one I deliver something very impactful,
Hmm.
and but it looks different for all my different clients and stuff like that. And
Hmm.
I would say there is a
So what is it you would commit to that you wouldn't feel comfortable committing to?
um, just this group of people that seems out of control. Like it's a little bit outside of my comfort zone to sign people up for something and then not really know how that would be delivered in a
Hmm.
group setting, or you know I've thought about choruses and things like that, and it just for some reason I'm not taking action or going following through with it. I just keep staying doing what I know.
Hmm. Hmm. I mean, there's a very simple way to look at this, right? So, um, what if it's not you doing the work?
What if it's not me doing the work?
Yeah,
Well, then it sounds like I might have to rely on someone else, which is
which could be what?
could be a scary place to be.
Yeah.
Territory.
What could you
I'm not that fond of that.
what could you rely on?
Um, what could I rely on?
Hmm. Or who?
There's lots of people, and
What if it's not a person?
obviously God. You rely
That's
on
what
God.
I'm talking about.
Well, of course.
Yeah. Right? So what if it's not up to you? I mean, you commit to showing up and giving your best, but it's not really you doing the work. It's God doing the work through you. You're just the
Yeah,
vessel.
100%. I mean, 100%. And then I guess what I'm saying is I feel that in the individual setting, I feel that that is a calling and that it works. I
Hmm.
guess I haven't determined whether I'm just trying to scale up or trying to make more money, or why I'm trying to, or whether I actually feel God is going to make a bigger impact through these groups. I guess if I was
Hmm.
convinced that it was God, I'd be a lot more apt to take that plunge.
Yeah.
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 I don't know why it
I
wouldn't
mean,
be. There's nothing
yeah,
saying it
right.
isn't, but I don't have that confirmation that it is.
Right. But like again, like that's you, the human you, asking for confirmation for proof. Like how is that faith? What is that?
Yeah, I don't know if in the Christian world they call it putting out a fleece. Um, I don't know that I've actually done that either. So, yeah, like I said, I've been
Mm.
I think I'm in this information
Yeah,
overload mode, finding out what this looks like. How do people do this? And I'm just haven't pulled the trigger to actually
totally. I get
start
it.
something.
Yeah, you got in your head about it.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I also have a little challenge with technology and some actual challenges that are pretty
Mm.
real when it comes to all that stuff. Like, Simplero is for me this world that's kind of like um, not mysterious, but a little hard to navigate. For me to see the
Hmm.
whole big picture, I have this
Mm.
tendency to want to understand every single thing and all the moving parts and how it works together
Right.
before I leap.
Yeah. Which is all part of the same pattern. So when did you learn that growing up? Or was your childhood experience
Oh,
like?
when you have to be completely independent on your own, and it's not a very
I
safe
did. Did
environment.
I?
What's that?
Did I have to be completely independent on my own? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying that's where I learned. I thought
Oh,
when you said where do you
but
learn that?
Ricky, my friend, you said you. You say
Oh,
you. So tell me about it. What was I like? What happened? What,
I
what was your
was
experience?
I was completely alone and pretty unsafe as a child.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just
In what way?
really figuring
What
that
was going
out.
on? Were your parents gone? Was
Latch, a typical single dad. My dad raised me by himself.
Where was your
Um,
mom?
she left when I was like 2.
Hmm.
Um,
Was she in your life at all, or where did she leave to?
she just my dad and her split, and I never saw her again until I was 26, 27 years old.
Oh.
So yeah, and then I had a stepmom in my life in the interim from like 5 to when I left, which was early,
Hmm.
16, 17 years old, like
Hmm.
right after high school. So yeah, and so but
What was your
I was
relationship with your dad like?
Um,
Mm.
I would say good. I really good actually. I mean, probably a nice to a fault
Hmm.
type person. Yeah.
So what was it? How did that boy feel?
Um, Alone,
Hmm. Hmm. And what was your relationship with his stepmom?
non-existent. Just she was an obstacle.
Obstacle.
She There was no affection, no anything. Just yeah, just not a good relationship.
Obstacle to what?
To just about anything that I wanted or needed.
Your dad's attention or food or
Food.
his.
No. Yeah, all of it. Just my dad made sure that I played sports and that I was able to
Hmm.
do that stuff. But other than sports, I didn't really have. I was pretty much just by myself and uh,
Hmm.
and like I said, roaming the world, trying to
Hmm.
figure it out.
Hmm. Got it. So yeah, you're feeling not safe and alone at
I
home.
didn't I didn't know that, mind you. I took on a very confident
Hmm.
bravado, very very
Yeah.
confident bravado, and you know, don't mess with me type thing.
Hmm. Did you have to keep the peace in the family or like be a certain way for your dad or your stepmom or?
No, I wouldn't say I played that role at all. I mean, I wasn't rooting for their success, so I didn't try to
Hmm.
interject into the fight, but was privy to fights, privy to
Right.
my dad's pain, a lot of pain.
Hmm. Your dad was in a lot of pain.
Yeah, yeah, I always, thought, yeah, so I tried to be different, tried to be stronger, tried to be really independent.
Hmm. Yeah. What kind of pain was your dad in?
Um, Nice guys finish last, I think. That's
Hmm.
not true, but that's a saying for a reason, right? And
Hmm.
so he was just trying to be a good guy. I mean, he went to work every day. He did the right things. He did all he could, and just
Hmm.
couldn't have peace.
Yeah. What do you think was going on in him that was his behavior?
I think he was just trying to follow the pattern that he thought was
Hmm.
pattern to get peace and to do the right thing and to you
Hmm.
know raise his kid.
Right. Did you have siblings?
I have a younger brother who's 10 years younger than me from the
Okay.
stepmom we're talking about. And then I have a sister who's 25 years younger than me, a different uh, female. So
Got it.
my dad had three failed marriages.
Got it. So yeah, so the middle one is from your dad and your stepmom.
Yeah, excuse me 1 second.
Yeah.
I bet this thing is.
I know the feeling.
I just want to get him. He stayed there for a long time, and I was like, I'm gonna, because I can get him. But anyway, sorry.
Yeah. No, I know the feeling. Uh, it reminds me of this meditation book I read years ago. It was like, you're meditating and then like, but what if a lands on me? And it's like, that is your meditation. Like, can you
Ugh,
just be still and focus on your breath and ignore the fucking fly? And it's so
yeah,
hard. So hard.
yeah.
I get it. Okay.
Okay.
So so that makes sense. So yeah, like the not safe alone, a feeling that it's all on you, right? You need to be in control. You need to take charge of things. You need to be strong also, right? You can't be vulnerable. You can't show your feelings. That's part of what I'm hearing.
For me, I think because I never got any attention, some of the only times I did was when there was real problems.
Hmm.
So the tendency is to, um, I was either performing really, really well or doing
Hmm.
something, I get attention from that, or,
Hmm.
and then, or when there's real problems. So
Hmm.
showing my emotions, so showing negative emotions was, sort of my MO to try to, you know,
Hmm.
fix things or get some sort of attention. So yeah, I've done a lot of work, obviously, through coaching and through everything to figure out,
Right.
these tendencies and try different things instead of complaining or
Hmm.
sitting in negative emotions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, um, yeah.
What did you make it mean? What did like 2-year-old, 5-year-old Ricky make it mean that his mom left and you didn't have any contact with her?
Oh, 100% unworthy, not good enough,
Hmm.
not enough to make her stay.
Hmm.
Told myself a false narrative in that way.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. Did you feel like you're important, like you matter?
No.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. And was it, aside from like worthiness or not good enough, was there, where did you go with it? Like when you're like young Ricky trying to like, why did this happen? Like, where would your mind go?
Oh, it's really hard to separate what I was actually what happened back then to the way I frame it now, right? After
Hmm.
seeing everything. So, um, I think I didn't know any better then, so I shut it all off. I just shut it all
Hmm.
off and tried to find a path towards, connection and love like everybody does. And
Hmm.
that path was baseball and, you know, and being funny and, you know, and self-protecting in that way.
Hmm.
Yeah. So obviously I realize now that, you know, that frame was just an attempt to, you know, fix everything or,
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Got it. Okay. I mean, so I'm definitely hearing some themes here. You know, so would you say that was that like the professional baseball player, the pro athlete path and like was that like a that was one of the ways that you try to cope was like the performing
Yeah.
well?
Yeah. So, I mean, you're a kid and you see, and I
You
write
were a
about
kid.
this, obviously, write about this in the book. They see my uncle and my father would stop, pay attention to, and respect and admire these
Hmm.
baseball players, right?
Hmm.
And they were the
Hmm.
two people in my life that I wanted their respect and their admiration and their love. And so
Hmm.
I thought if I could become one of these guys on TV, then I could, have
Hmm.
that. And maybe something under there was, you know, the females in my life wouldn't leave and all these things, So if
Hmm.
I could be enough, if I could do enough, if I could strive hard enough and be,
Hmm.
a good enough guy,
Hmm.
then I could prevent myself from having the pain that I
Hmm.
saw my father in.
Yeah. So the phrase that comes to me, let me know if this resonates, is like that you're feeling like a nobody, and like if you could achieve something, you would be a somebody.
Yeah, significance,
Yeah, yeah,
safety
yeah,
through significance.
yeah. Hmm. Okay. All right. So quite an entry into this planet. Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. How does that when you sit with the 5-year-old Ricky today, how does he feel?
I've got a picture of, I guess, 8 or 9 year old Ricky on my phone
Yeah.
that
Can we see it?
I do as a practice to look at it. What's that?
Can we see it?
Yeah. It's
Mhm.
the wallpaper, so it only comes up, I guess, whenever you're not on your so I don't know how to make
Mhm.
it come up. But
Tap the
I can
screen when it's
show you.
locked. Yeah.
The
As
picture's
you
in the
look.
book.
Hmm.
Oh wow, I flipped right to it.
Amazing. Wow. What a sweet kid. Yeah.
Yeah, and I recently looked at that picture even closer, just recently, and I could see
Mm-hmm.
a bit of stress on his face. This is just picture day. Should be
Mm-hmm.
happy. But if you look really close,
I see it.
he's not a very
No, there's a
calm,
lot of
and
anxiety there.
I was the best, absolutely the best player everywhere I ever played, at least
Hmm.
until college. So I should have been at ease, but I guess I wasn't.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of pressure. What was he scared of?
Oh, failure meant death. I
Yeah.
write about this in the book that when something is your life, it's no longer just failure when you fail at it. It's if it's your identity, then you die. You think you're going to
Hmm.
die.
Hmm.
Everyone's going to leave you. Everyone, if you only matter through a performance, then when the performance
Hmm.
starts to slip, you're losing a lot more than just success.
Hmm. Yeah.
There's too much at stake.
So, so you've obviously done a ton of work and like have a lot of self-awareness, a lot of insight, which is incredible. So, how does this show up for you today? How does the struggle show up like practically in your day
Oh,
today? The stuckness.
mind you, I'm way farther down the road than I used to be, but it's very difficult when situations are unfair. I think one of the reasons I was attracted to sports was because there was foul lines and there was
Hmm.
rules and we all wore the same clothes. We were
Hmm.
pretty much equals and it was fair. Life,
Hmm.
when it isn't fair or when I feel, you know, that I'm threatened in that way or accused of coming up short,
Hmm.
I can feel that.
So what's an example?
Um,
Hmm.
I don't know. You can be talking to your wife and, I did that on accident. And she's like, no, you did it on purpose, like
Hmm.
whatever it
Hmm.
is, it took me a lot of years to realize that I wasn't in a fist fight in the streets of Maryland,
Hmm.
that when you get falsely accused and someone says you did something and then the next thing you know, you're being beat up.
Hmm.
Took a lot of years to realize that that wasn't what was happening or what was going to
Hmm.
happen just because we have a
Hmm.
disagreement.
So
So
what if it was you?
what if it was, oh, what if I actually messed up?
Hmm.
Oddly enough, I'm good with that. Like it feels okay to have actual failure. There was something in my psyche that was really, it was whenever the appearance of doing something wrong or
Hmm.
not holding up my end of the bargain or whatever. Like when someone, um, yeah. So some of this trauma isn't just from like mom leaving and stuff like that. There was some instances when I was a kid where I was falsely accused of stuff and then got beat up, like I said, and then so it became very unsafe for things to be unclear or unsafe or to be misunderstood.
Hmm.
This is something that I'm still grappling with is why is it so important for me to people understand
Hmm.
not even just me, a concept, any like people need to understand. And
Hmm.
it becomes a problem sometimes if you're overly, to be understood and to make people understand things. Sometimes it
Hmm.
doesn't, that's not how it works. Sometimes it just isn't. You got to
Yeah,
accept it.
right.
You just got to accept it.
How much control do we have over other people's opinions?
None. Yeah, that's the whole thing is we just don't have any of the control that we think we have. And so,
Right.
yeah.
So what is young Ricky feeling in that situation when your wife is accusing you of something that like she's like you did that on purpose and you're like, no, I didn't.
Like, like not only am I not enough? It's an impossible situation because you can't fight a ghost, right? You can't
Hmm.
jump into a lie. I coach this a lot with people that if Jesus is the
Hmm.
truth and someone has a false accusation and I go to defend it, I'm jumping away from the truth that I know is
Hmm.
true,
No, I
that
get
God
that.
knows is true,
I get
and
it.
I'm
So what I'm getting at is like not the mental explanation, but like actually getting in touch with the young Ricky and what's his experience? What's he
oh,
feeling?
complete fear,
Hmm.
you know.
Fear. And what's the picture in his mind? What is he scared of?
Yeah, I used to think it was physical harm, but I think the physical harm is just a symbol of rejection.
Hmm. And if he's rejected, if he's rejected, then what?
And he's alone.
Yeah. And if he's alone, then what?
Well, he's not just alone. He's alone for the reason of not being enough,
Hmm.
not being good enough, not being the right fit, not being the right hair color. I
Hmm.
mean, whatever it is, things that
Hmm.
are out of my control that
Hmm.
are not enough.
Hmm. And if he's alone, then what?
I don't know. Being alone.
Mhm.
Alone's not good. I mean, choosing to be alone is fine,
Hmm.
but I think it's the
Yeah.
rejection. I think it's the yeah,
Yeah.
because I was alone all the time as a kid,
Right.
but it was the rejection. I don't think it was safe. Just
Hmm.
doesn't wasn't a safe feeling to be in those situations. It's taken me a lot to sort of to breathe and realize that I'm safe.
And who would reject you?
Oh, anyone and everyone. If you're not enough, that's what I
No,
used
so
to think.
in what was for Ricky as like 5 year old, 8 year old, who did he experience rejection from?
Peers.
Friends in
Um,
school, baseball.
my father wasn't rejecting me. He was just really busy and checked out and doing what he had to do to survive. Right. So he didn't have time to,
Hmm. And
we didn't have any money. It was, he didn't even ask for things. It was just like,
hmm.
this is how it is. So
Hmm.
just general safety.
and and did that register as rejection
It registered as
or
not belonging in a way that is like you're just
why?
you're just weird. You're just not in the crowd. You're not, there's something,
Hmm. Hmm.
you're outside of
Hmm.
the circle.
Yeah. Not wanted.
Yeah, unwanted. Something's wrong with you, defective
Hmm.
in
Hmm.
some way, but defective in a way you can't control. Like it's not
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
about your actions.
Hmm. So yeah, obviously, I mean, like I said, you've obviously done a lot of introspection here. I think the opportunity is to really to tease all of this apart and sit with each piece and then get out of your head and get into your body with it. All right. So that boy who feels like he doesn't belong, like, is it an absolute truth that he didn't belong?
No, it's not based in truth.
No. So where does it live? That's right.
It's a story.
Yeah, where does it live? You did this. Yes, that's where it lives.
It's right there. Yeah, it's a story.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
And so like every time these come up, take a moment and like it's easy to get into this pattern of like you know all of your limitations, you know all your wounds, you know all the stories, and it kind of ends up being a little bit of an addiction to telling the stories, to like reinforcing the stories. They're all lies, right? Like you can't not belong. The fact that you exist means that you belong here. You can't not belong. People can think they reject you, but really it's just their version of declaring their love of you. It's just that they're confused. Like there's no such thing as actual rejection. One of my favorite quotes is Byron Katie says, whenever she walks into a room, she knows that everybody already loves her. It's just that they might not realize it yet. Right? It's like, because everybody at their heart is pure love. And so if they think that they don't love you, it's just because they're confused in the moment. That's fine. We got patience. We got patience. Also, we don't need anybody's love because we're where love comes from. And so we can be the person that goes around and gives everybody love because everybody's fucking looking for love. You know this. You wrote the book on it, right? Like
Mhm.
everybody's looking for approval and love from people who feel like they are lacking approval and love. And that's not really good. That doesn't work that well.
Right.
So we just step out of it and be like, fuck that. I'm just going to be the person who gives love and approval to everybody else. And surprisingly, as you do that, as I'm sure you're aware, like the more you do that with other people, the more that actually lands for you, right? The
Yeah.
more little Ricky actually feels that approval and love back, you know. Um, so you're not alone. You're not safe. Like on the human level, we'll not never be fully safe, but at a soul level, we can't be harmed. There's nothing to worry about. All right. So it's like when these stories come up, just recognize, oh shit, they're not true. And rather than going the opposite, like I am safe, you can go, I'm not safe. So let's close that and then start to rewire so your brain stops going there. But there's a discipline there of like, don't go there. I mean, stop, like just stop it whenever it pops up. So um one of my teachers, Gay Hendricks, used to say, told me one time, he said like the hardest addiction to break is the addiction to suffering. And there's some of that going on here. Like the he also said, you know, I forget exactly how he phrased it, but something along the lines of when you're more fascinated by what you're looking to create by than by your reasons why you can't. There's this like fascination with all of the limitations and all the stories and all the pain, which are all lies that live in your mind. They're made up of words, they're made up of sounds, and we just got to shift out of it. But what I'm sensing is like um, there's like an underlying kind of having given up on life a little bit, having given up on yourself a little bit, where you're just like, it's like you're just tired. It's like, it feels like you feel, and I may be completely projecting here, but the sense I get is like, I've worked really hard for so many years, first as an athlete, and now all this inner work and like all this, you know, Jim Murphy and like the NLP and all that stuff. Like, like when am I there? Like when is enough enough?
Yeah.
Is that there's some of that?
Yeah. I meet with a coach for about 3 hours every Monday. I just came from there. And the predominant feeling we talk about, or we talk about our feelings every single week. And the predominant one was weary, like just really
Yeah.
weary,
Yeah.
just
And
tired.
I
Yeah.
feel that.
100%.
Yeah. So I think maybe the biggest lie is that there's something wrong,
Yeah.
that there's something to fix.
Yeah. Maybe you can help me with that. But I feel like being aware of these things is one level and then trying to stop them and stuff like that. But not being aware when they're taking place, like what on a nervous, this is what the next level that I'm trying to figure out is when your nervous system does things or wants to do things and you don't know till, a week later, oh, that's why I didn't take action there. Or, no,
Hmm.
that's why. But in the moment,
Hmm.
I'm just sort of,
Yeah.
your nervous system is responding and I'm not sure how
Can
to
Ricky, can I
override
get
that.
you to, so one habit that I'd love to break is the habit of saying you when you mean I.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That's,
Because
I like
go
that.
ahead.
I correct people's language constantly in my own language, but I've
Yeah.
never, yeah, that's a good,
It's a way. So what I'm seeing is that like you're still spinning in your head, and I'm there's no judgment. It's like very human, and you're clearly a very smart guy, and you've learned so much, you've studied so much, you've studied yourself, you studied all these teachers, done all this coaching, right? But nothing gets solved in your head.
well, I think saying you is a way of saying this is how things are instead of
Mm-hmm.
owning it and saying
Correct.
this is me.
Correct.
So I like
Yeah.
that a lot and I really
Yeah.
appreciate it. So
Yeah. Yeah. It's a way of deflecting a little bit, like
it's a way of,
exactly what
yeah,
you said, not take
I
fully
think it's a way of
ownership
not
over it.
taking ownership,
Yeah.
and not taking ownership is a really nice path
It is, isn't it? Yeah.
because,
Yeah, and there's a little bit of like in my world, you're either a creator or you're a victim of circumstance. And the moment that you think that the circumstances in your life has any influence over how you feel, you're a victim.
Mhm.
Right? So you're either 100% creator and you take 100% responsibility for what is in your life and how you feel about it, or you're like, well, I'm not quite happy yet because I'm not there yet. It's like this isn't working, da da da. You're like, I want to change my circumstance so I can feel better. No, you change how you feel, and then your circumstances are going to reflect that.
Are
And
we
so,
including our memories as circumstance?
well, tell me more. What do you mean?
Well, I think I've learned, through baseball and taking accountability and that my circumstances can't stop me from anything. But
Hmm.
I think if you include those stories,
Hmm.
then I think I've made excuses, that
Right.
is stopping me, that this is the way I am and this is what's stopping me.
Exactly.
And so
Yeah.
you
It
learn
would
the
be part of it.
external, you learn that you got to take action, you learn that you can do all this,
Hmm.
but to learn that truly you are not a victim of your
You
old
said
circumstances
you went
either.
back to saying you.
Oh, thank you.
You yeah.
It might take a minute
It's totally
or,
fine. It's
or
very
10.
common. I get it.
Yeah.
So yes, your thoughts would be part of that. So listen, so if you had, Ricky, if you had no memory of anything that happened, zap, memory just gone, right? How would you feel?
Or at least neutral,
Right.
which might be better. So yeah, I think I would feel probably
Mhm.
hopeful.
Yeah. Maybe happy, maybe joyful.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. No memories.
No memory. So memory is always, it's completely selective, right? It's a lot of distortion, a lot of generalization happening. Like you are selectively looking at specific episodes to make them mean something, not consciously, but that's how the mind works. The way I look at the mind bugs is that we come into this world predestined, pre-deciding as a soul before we incarnate. I want to have the experience of feeling not safe. I want to have the experience of feeling like I don't belong. I want to have the experience of feeling like there's something wrong with me.
And what's the
And
benefit
so
there?
the benefit is like if you think about it at a soul level, there's no duality, right? It's all one. There's all oneness. And so we come to this planet to experience limitation, to experience lack, to experience duality of good or bad, or right or wrong, or dark and light, and all that stuff. We come here to experience that world of duality. There's an Indian myth, I forget the god's name and whatever, but Joseph Campbell talked about it, where there's this Indian god where they say that um, the story is basically like imagine that you dream every night you have a dream and the dream lasts exactly 72 years 75 years whatever like a typical lifetime and the first night you dream and it's all just like the best thing ever. The best food, the best women, the best like toys and play, like all of it is just incredible. And you dream that every night for like 3 months. And then like at some point you get a little tired of that. You're like, okay, like it's getting boring now. Let's have a little bit of resistance, a little obstacle here somewhere. You're like, okay, so you introduce that into your dream and you do that for a while. And then that gets boring. So you add a little bit more obstacle, a little bit more, challenge in there. And you keep doing that. And eventually you arrive at the exact life that you're living today. Right. It's like imagine you're playing a video game and like every time it's like, yep, I just conquered that level up to the next level. Yeah, I just did that next level, next level, next level. But there's no obstacle anywhere. There's no challenge. Like that would be boring as fuck. Nobody would play that game. Or a movie, right? If there's no obstacle that the hero has to overcome, nobody's gonna fucking watch it. So that's why, right? So we arrange it this way so that we can experience what it feels like to be on the inside of that mind bug of that prison that says, I am someone who's not enough. I'm someone who's broken. I'm someone who's not safe. And we're like, oh, this sucks. And then the invitation is to recognize the lie in it and step out and live without that limitation. That's my belief set that that's the basically the purpose of life. You know, that's the only thing that really matters. It's not about the money, it's not about the fame, it's not about any of those things. It's about, do we in this lifetime manage to overcome the limitations, the hurdles that we set for ourselves as we came before we came in. And so that means we're not a victim of any of this shit, right? Your mom leaving, your stepmom that was cold and no connection, your dad who was too nice to ever fucking stand up for you and be a man, be a father for you, the unfair treatment and you having to fend for yourself, all of shit was something that you organized so that you could have that experience, so you could transcend it.
Hmm. It's interesting.
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah. And
Yeah.
so therefore, when this happens, some other kid might be like when mom leaves might be um like it was my fault. I did something wrong. And then they spent the rest of their life looking for what they did wrong in every relationship because they're afraid of people abandoning them. That could be a different response to it. Or maybe they're like that kid is just like, they're just like, I guess that I didn't need a mom. Like, let me enjoy my day. Like, whatever. That's why you see kids have different responses to the events, right? Because we're already kind of pre-coded for how we're going to respond to it. And you chose your way, and there's nothing wrong with that. The opportunity is to really take ownership for that and recognize. And I like to go back. So what happens is that we're keeping the memory, the stories with us, and we bring them into this moment. So that's why I'm saying, hey, if you didn't have any memory at all, like you just be free to do whatever the fuck you want and like not worried about whatever anybody says or does or rejection or being treated unfair or anything, any of that shit. Like it's only because we're bringing the memory in. And so the opportunity is to recognize that all of that stuff is bullshit, which but like really take it to heart and then go back and make peace with your past and everything that happened, not just accepting everything. Okay, my mom left me. Like that was hard, but I got something from it. But even like going as far as to actively choosing that. So like I choose that my mom left me at 2 and I didn't know why. And it was weird. I choose to have a dad who didn't have the spine to stand up for me and show me that I mattered to anybody. Right. Like mom leaving, obviously also making you feel like you don't fucking matter. Right. And then your dad who doesn't have the spine and your stepmom to whom you clearly didn't seem to matter. Right. And so now your uncles and to them, or what was it? One uncle and one something else. I forget. But like, that you for them if you did good at baseball and you
It was
got
my
good at
uncle and my dad.
performance. Hmm?
Uncle and dad.
Uncle and dad, yeah.
I'm thinking.
So then like yeah, that's my path to feeling like I matter, right? I'm significant here.
Yeah.
And like really choose that and be like, yes, I choose that. That was my life. That was my path and I embrace that. I choose it. Now where do I want to go? What do I want to do? You know, you're
Yeah.
not a victim of any of it. God, you, soul, whoever created this way for you, not as a punishment, but like I bet that um when you're learning, hang on, I just gotta turn the heat on off over there. It's getting a little too hot in here now. Um, when you're learning to play baseball, your coach would challenge you, right? Would challenge you to run faster, pitch faster, hit better, whatever. Like we have challenges that's how we grow. It's the same shit. You organize these challenges for yourself. Your God creator did, whoever.
Hmm.
And your job is to see that everything that happened here is for you and there's no reason for you like aside from what you're thinking and believing about these things and other things, there's nothing stopping you. Nothing. Let's get to fucking work.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree 1,000%.
Yeah. So, like, yeah. But let's talk about your business for a minute here. I don't know if you have a hard stop here.
No, I'm good.
Okay. So let's talk about your business. So what I'm suspecting is happening. Well, actually, before I do that, let me just check in with you. Like, how is all of this landing? What's coming up for you?
Like I said, there's understanding things and there's really, owning it and trying to get the excuses out because really it's all, and then so I've realized for a while that sort of what is going on, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
And and I coach it. That's the crazy thing is I coach it all the
Right.
time that we
That's why
set
we
out to
are.
prove the narrative.
Hmm. Yeah.
And the scary thing is that if I am enough, I don't, it's like when Jesus comes and says, "Do you want to get well?" to a guy who's crippled for 30 years. Of course he wants to get well, but he's asking him, "Do you want to get
Hmm.
well?" Because
Right.
getting well means a whole other
Hmm.
life. And
Yeah.
so it's like, am I brave enough to choose
Hmm.
the life? Because what happens if I am? And what happens if I'm actually successful? I get my business to a certain level, and I've been seeing this pattern. I look back and see pattern in the car business, pattern in my business,
Hmm.
pattern in the ministry, pattern
Totally.
now in my coaching business of getting to a
Hmm.
certain level that was acceptable that I didn't have to actually think. So then I write a book
Hmm.
and it's getting good,
Hmm.
good reviews and all it. But whoa, 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 this is too because it's going to break the narrative in half
Hmm.
if I keep going. And
Exactly.
so
So what's the
I don't know
payoff
what
of?
the fear of breaking that narrative is of being enough, but it's obviously I'm more afraid
Hmm.
of that than not being enough.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I feel you.
Yeah.
I know that place. So what's the
I don't know
payoff for you
what's
of
going to happen.
staying? What's the payoff for you of staying where you are, staying stuck in this way?
Well, I think there's also a belief that people will leave me if I'm, you know, too much, if I'm too successful, if I'm too,
Right.
there's some other things that I've
Sure.
analyzed in my
And
childhood that,
I get
yeah,
that, but that wasn't actually my question. My question, what is the payoff of staying where you are, of staying stuck? What do you positively get out of that?
familiarity,
Mm.
yeah, safety again, safety
Hmm.
of, maybe I've found a way to belong by not being enough.
Right. Yeah, there's a lot of like belonging in victimhood, right? A lot of people do that.
Yeah.
And you
A
can
lot of
share
people
your
in your
pain,
life are
your
used to
suffering
the old you.
in your life. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes. Yeah. Um, so I think you're avoiding one of the payoffs as well as avoiding having to take responsibility.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Like just get on with it. No fucking excuses. What do you want to create? Let's go.
Right.
Yeah. Let's do it. And shit's gonna come up. It's gonna be painful. It's gonna be, it's gonna be
That's so
uncomfortable.
hard to understand because I was always such a risk taker. I've taken a lot of risks in my life,
Yeah, but not
but I
this.
don't
This is
know.
an
This
emotional
is not
risk and a
that big
whole
of a
lot more
risk.
than
This is like A plus B equals C.
that. I
It's
know,
not that
but it's
hard.
emotional risk,
Emotionally,
right?
it's hard, but it's
What?
not taking it. See what I learned this in golf too. I'm in the middle of like figuring out this whole thing, this golf, trying to figure out myself, journey of self-discovery of how good you are at shots that are supposed to be impossible, right?
Hmm.
Because there's no expectation there. When the pressure comes when this should work.
Hmm. Hmm.
And now if I
Hmm.
fail,
Hmm.
now it's
Right.
really on me because this should work. So it is pretty clear that there's another
Yeah.
level to go to in my business and my life.
Yeah.
But if
But
I,
also, like, what kind of bullshit is that this should work? It'll work or it won't, right? Again, like you're
right,
you're overloading something on it. Like it will or it won't.
yeah, it's management of
Yeah.
expectations. Yeah.
Bullshit. Same with your business. Who knows what's gonna happen? But like, let's start doing some shit. Break some shit.
Yeah.
Like, fuck
Break some
up.
stuff. Yeah.
Let's go fuck up.
Yeah.
Let's offend some people today. Like, what the
Yeah.
fuck?
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Generally in my life, I never went to that gear unless I was
Mhm.
really pissed off.
Yeah. So now let's do it for fun.
What was that?
Playfully. Let's do it for fun, playfully, without the anger. And
Yeah.
if the anger comes up, that's fine too. Like there's a lot of anger there that needs to be felt. So it's going to be part of your practice is like connect with that raw emotion. There's pain, there's grief, there's rage, there's emotion in there. Like that Ricky 8-year-old Ricky was feeling anxiety, fear, right? You can see it in his eyes. Like this, oh, straight jacket of like, I have to fucking perform here or something bad's gonna happen. Like you need to go back in or the invitation is anyway, you don't need to do fucking anything, but the invitation is to go in and really connect with him emotionally. Get in there feeling wise. And it's gonna be messy and sometimes ugly, and that's okay. You can't fuck it up. Just go sit with him, go talk to him. Go listen to him because nobody fucking listened to him. And the lens that I love is what do you wish that your dad had done for him back then? If you'd had your dream father, the best father on the fucking planet, how would he have responded? How would he have seen you? How would he have stood up for you? What would he have said to you? Where would he have challenged you? Do that with that young version of you today.
Yeah, I would have wanted him to raise the expectations, and I would have wanted him to be true to himself. And,
Yeah,
you know, like I said, nicest guy in the world, but he should have had higher expectations for himself and for me.
yeah, yeah. So why are you doing the same?
Phew. Yeah, I mean, I've spent a lot of my life trying not to be like that, but I think it's a fair question to
Mhm.
wonder if I'm not expecting enough from myself or others.
Yeah, maybe you're being too nice.
Very good possibility. Very
Yeah,
strong possibility.
yeah, yeah. I
Wow.
think I would stop with the I'd yeah, I don't know, stop, but like approach the coaching from a different lens. Because the thing is that it's like you're still operating from the lens that there's something to fucking fix, that there's something wrong with you. And if I do enough self-work, enough healing, enough introspection, enough like understanding my patterns, then I'll be fixed and then I'll be fine. You're not fucking broken. Right. But the problem is that when you're operating from that lens, the more work you do, the more you're reinforcing the belief that there's something to fix. Right. So
Yeah.
you're just digging a hole deeper.
Yeah, I have to examine that a little bit. I'm,
It's good. It's good to work with what comes up as it comes up, but let's take some action. Do the things, do a group coaching program and maybe it completely fucking bombs. Who cares? You're trying it. You're doing shit. And then you do the coaching program, and then you find yourself like terrified before the fucking coaching call because you're like, oh shit, what if I like blah, 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 I can't deliver or I can't da da da. All that shit comes up. That's fine. We want it to come up. And then you deal with it there. And then you're like, hey, 7-year-old Ricky, I feel you. I got you. This is not up to you. It's not up to 7-year-old Ricky to be on the hook for performing for these people. Grown up Ricky got this. I'm
yeah,
your dad now.
yeah, I really want to. What's confusing to me is that I'm not worried about it messing up. I think I'm really worried about it working out.
Hmm.
This is what I can't figure out about myself. I've done like end of the year reviews with my client. I've been in group settings. I've been
Hmm.
forced into that as a pastor and stuff like that. And it's easier. It's more powerful and it always works out. I
Always.
think I'm afraid that it's going to really work out and I just won't get to
And if it
complain
does,
anymore.
then
I won't
what?
get to complain anymore. I won't get to,
Exactly, right.
yeah.
Yeah,
Life's going to have to be good.
exactly.
And I don't really want life to be good.
I, I I talk about what I call the big pill, which is, the moment you realize that you've been keeping yourself miserable to prove a point of how you were a victim. And
Yeah.
the moment you stop that, you have to own that you fucking did this to yourself for like however many years it is.
Yeah. I created obstacles. You can look at patterns through my whole life. If things are
Yeah.
too good, I quit that and go get something that's harder.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, yeah,
But
it's
forgive you,
sobering.
like, bless yourself for that. It doesn't make, again, you didn't do anything wrong. You just
Right.
did what you did. And it had
Yeah.
the consequences that it did. You're human, right? And the being human part is actually what makes you the most adorable and the most attractive, the most lovable, and the most successful.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, yeah, I don't know what else to say.
Yeah.
It's
So I
just
think that on the business level, I think what's my suspicion is that what stomps you is that as you've gotten more clear in what you do, you're looking at it from your lens, not from theirs.
that, explain that to me.
Yeah, so you're seeing, oh, what I'm doing is this like identity level shift and like I forget how you described it, but you're
Right.
seeing it from your lens where you're like have the 30,000 foot view because you've done all this work and you know it
Mm,
and you've seen all these different clients. What
I think I
they're
know what you're saying.
experiencing is like, I'm stuck here. I want this outcome and I don't know how to get it. Right?
It
You're
keeps
looking
coming
at it.
back into play with my coach that I'm too cerebral and not enough physical. I'm not in the actual physical. I'm
Mhm.
constantly in the 30,000 foot view of everything.
Right. Well, it's also how you avoid connecting with 7-year-old, 8-year-old Ricky
Hmm.
by staying in your head. Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Being in your head is a way to avoid experiencing.
Wow. If you analyze the shit out of everything, then you don't have to actually be in it.
Exactly. Exactly.
Wow, man, that is so jacked up. That is really jacked up.
Yeah. A lot of us developed a really strong mind because it was too fucking painful to be present. Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
yeah, it's this thing that you just I used to met counsel all these men, and you would talk to these guys who had these horrific things, like their dad getting killed in front of them, and they would tell you that, and in 2 seconds they go, "Yeah, but it's all right, it's okay," and I'd have
Yeah.
to be like, "No, wait a second, rewind. What did you just say? It's not all
Yeah.
right. It's not
Yeah.
all right. It was terrible." And they
Yeah.
really just don't want to. They don't want to really experience. And I'm doing the same thing with my childhood. I've always said
Yeah.
it wasn't so bad. It's not so bad.
Yeah.
It was fine.
Yeah.
And then I tell
Yeah.
people about it, and they're like, "That's horrific."
Yeah.
And it's,
Yeah.
I guess I don't know what it is so hard about admitting that it was just not okay. It wasn't fair. It wasn't right. And
Yeah.
kids
It
shouldn't
totally
have to
wasn't.
do
Yeah.
that. They shouldn't have to
Yeah.
go through that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm recreating it over and over by
Yeah.
choice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Exactly.
amazing. Yeah.
You're a beautiful guy, man. And the get out of your head and really like sit with that boy. Feel him. Nobody was fucking there to help him feel. He didn't know how to feel anything, right? He was just like, let me get away from this shit. His dad sure shit wasn't able to help him do that
Yeah.
because he wasn't willing to feel any of his shit, or he wouldn't have been the nice guy that he was. So,
Right.
and allow a stepwife to be that cold to his son, like what the fuck, you know?
Hmm.
Or stepwife, stepmom, right? Like,
And never, ever took the time to analyze that or blame him. It was always, you don't even think you deserve, you don't think about that stuff. You don't think, you
you're
know,
doing you
he
were
could
getting
do no
treated.
wrong in my eyes. I mean, he was doing everything he could.
Yeah.
So,
And we're not blaming him, but like,
no,
man,
everybody's doing the best they can, right? With what they
but
have.
man, there was some opportunity there to he didn't show up as a dad. He didn't show up as a father. He just didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm. Mercy, mercy me. I tell you what, it's an amazing life. It's an amazing
Yeah.
life.
You're beautiful, man. You truly are.
Well, thank
Gifted,
you. I
huge
appreciate it.
heart, super smart, super dedicated. Like you were willing to fucking grind it out for anything. Like you're brave as fuck. This is just,
No choice, man. No choice.
this is gonna, well, there was a choice and you chose this path. Like
I did,
there
didn't
was
I?
a fucking choice. You could
I
have gone
did
into
choose it.
drugs or gang shit or whatever. There's plenty of other places you could have gone. But you didn't. Yeah.
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 Well, Calvin, man, I appreciate you. I appreciate the help. I didn't expect it to be like this. I thought we were going to talk about Simplero.
Yeah. Not really.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
But what you're gonna find is that as you unlock this, like and I see this pattern happen a lot, is that like the tech becomes a convenient another obstacle, right? Where like externalized, whereas like when you sort this stuff out, like you'll figure it out, right? Either
Right.
yourself or you'll hire the help or whatever, because it's not really about that. We just make it about that when
Yep.
there are other reasons. But so in terms of the offers, like what I would do is like look at your clients that you've most enjoyed working with, that you've gotten the best results. It's just been the
Yeah.
best experience overall, and see if there's some patterns. And usually, you've probably heard about this before. There's the three big is like health, wealth, and relationships as like the
Hmm.
big three areas. Pick one to start and do and figure out like who's the dream person and what is the dream, like what is the transformation? Who's the person you most like to work with is what I mean, right? Your ideal avatar. And that what is the transformation that they want in their language, right?
Hmm.
If it's a relationship thing, like my marriage is stuck, it feels like my wife hates me, whatever, we've like there's no more intimacy, and I want a relationship where we're just super fired up and passionate about each other. Or like, I don't know, whatever, but have a pretty clear transformation so that people can understand it using the language that they're thinking in right now.
Hmm.
Because otherwise they won't understand what you're offering.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
What they want in their language,
Yeah. How
what it
they
is
see
they
it.
want in their language.
Yeah. And once they get in, you're going to be educating them, and then what they want might turns out to be different, right? Like we can sell people what they want, and then we can actually deliver what we know they need, right?
Yeah,
So now they get what they want.
I've been using the
Mhm.
excuse of that it's not authentic if I know I'm delivering something other than what they think they want.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I think that's why the business was more successful before because it was about starting a business. So I just couched it in language that of what they
Hmm.
need. And as I started to define what I'm actually doing, I was trying to but you can't tell people that stuff. If you're at the 30,000
Exactly.
foot view and they're
Exactly.
not, you can't do it.
Exactly.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
they're talking about going to Los Angeles and you're talking about the dials on the airplane and
Exactly.
how
Yes.
they work and what where
Hmm.
altitude is. And they don't give a
Yeah.
shit. They just want to go
Totally.
to LA.
Hmm.
All right. That's super helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then once they're
And it
in,
feels
right?
authentic. It doesn't feel like a scam
Right.
or, you know what I mean?
Exactly. And you're again, you've got a huge heart. You truly care. So you also know if you were to have some client join and they're like, "Oh, this is not what I expected and I really want this thing or whatever." You can always have a conversation with them and be like, "Hey, all right, I hear you. Let's
100%.
solve that or let's refund you and like I hope you got
Yeah.
something from it. Whatever. Like you'll take care of people. It doesn't fucking matter."
Right.
Right?
I didn't think about that either. That's for
Yeah.
sure. To be able to just, yeah, that makes a lot of
Yeah.
sense.
And then
It
trust.
makes it feel a lot safer because I don't like to let people down, right? Nobody,
Yeah.
that's part
And
of the
also, some
whole
people are
thing.
going to come to you and be fucking offended and be upset that you're saying whatever you're saying, right? Like we're going to say shit that provokes people because they're going to be stuck in their systems and be arguing for their limitations and their patterns and all that stuff. So that's going to happen too. And we know that that has nothing to do with us, and we just trust that that God knows what the fuck he's doing. Like he asked you to do this work, and he clearly convinced this person to sign up, and there's some reason that you're here, and you'll figure it out.
Yeah, I always say my job is to lead people to the truth and not let them squirm out of it. And when I do let them squirm out of it, I get the ick about myself and what
Mhm.
I'm doing. And
Yeah.
if I stick with that, they'll
Hmm.
either grow or go. That's the
Hmm.
way it is.
Yeah.
They either grow or go,
Yeah.
and that's okay either way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, really. That's cool. That's really cool. I'm gonna spend some time today mulling this over.
All right.
See what I can do.
It's great, man. Thank you for being here on here today.
No, I really appreciate you having me. Like I said, I did not expect this. I didn't expect coaching session because I love it. I really do. I need it. The guy that I work with, we may be a little familiar, but he's been saying the same things. Just got
Yeah,
to have hearing for it a little different.
totally. That's how it works.
It's right there.
So
Um,
what's something you take with you today? What lanes with you here?
um, I think you can try to change your beliefs. You can try to
Can
but
you
you can
say
really
I?
only change your actions and your thoughts. And so,
I.
from what I'm taking
I.
away from it is what I've been being shown for a couple months now is to get more into the nuts and bolts of physical doing.
Hmm.
Just do. Don't quit trying to think analyze it, and just do it. So yeah, I think that's the whole thing. Is I've been trying to like change my beliefs and get my, but you know what? Sometimes they don't change till you just take a different action, and
Yeah.
unfortunately, sometimes you have to have your arm twisted and your face in the pavement before you actually do it. So hopefully, I don't have to wait that long. I just take action, and it's you kind of many things here help me, but the idea that I'm going to take care of them anyway, that I can go and that's how I finished the book. It was like shitty first draft. I thought, I didn't think I could write a good book, but someone asked me, "Can you write a shitty book?" And I was like,
Hmm.
"Yeah, I can write a shitty book." So write the
Hmm.
shitty book,
Yeah.
and it turned out it was pretty good.
Amazing,
So
man.
what's
It's a
that?
good. Amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, thanks for pointing me in that direction. Yeah, yeah. So I mean, I have this weird feeling that I should reciprocate, but I'm just gonna be quiet.
Yeah, you're good.
Not used
You're
to
good.
receiving very much at all.
Yeah. Well, thanks so much for being on the show. I appreciate it, Ricky, your vulnerability. Again, you're an incredible man.